We're signed into Odyssyware, and we're going to walk through the steps to enroll students in a class. Now, you can enroll students directly, but it's a better workflow to make a group. So we're going to start by clicking the Students tab. Now, once we're in the Students tab, we're going to see a list of different registrations that we don't need right now. We're going to click Groups. Once you're in Groups, you'll see a list of groups that already exist. It'll show 10 at a time. But if you've never made a group before, first we're going to make a group by clicking the New Group button. This is going to bring up a window that represents the new group. You can name it. I'm going to name this way Science 8 RCO, my group name. Now I can write a description of the group. Keep this short. There's not a lot of space for it to show up. Finally, I need to add students to the group, and I'm going to do that by searching individual students. I can search by last name or first name. Anything that's in one of these boxes will pop up in the group. It's often easiest, if you have your role from Aspen, to search using the student ID, which will be the same student ID they have in Aspen. So if I wanted to find Maggie, and I saw that her student ID number in Aspen was 47453, I could search Maggie up, make sure that I had the right one by double checking her school. And it seems like that you can check the box and then move on to the next student. But that won't work the way that we might think it would. What we want to do is hit this Add button to each individual student. Now that this student's added, I can go on and search my next student. Some students will have longer ID numbers, but for every student I find, I'm just going to hit the Add Student button. If I add the wrong student on accident, I can hit this X to remove the student from the group. When I'm done making the group, I'll hit Save. If you don't want to save the changes to the group, you click Cancel. Load all your classes into a group, and you can search by the group's name, or you can search your own name, last name first, to see groups that you've made. I can see that I've already loaded this group with 25 students, but if I needed to make any changes, I can click the pencil, and it'll bring me back to the same page we were at before to allow me to add or remove students. I'm going to hit Save because I don't need to make any changes. Now I want to enroll a student in a class. At this point, we've already made a group, and you've already either selected or made the course you would like to load students to. We're not going to click Course Enrollment. We're going to click Gradebook in order to add students to a group. When you click Gradebook, it's going to look like you clicked Course Enrollment. But when you click Gradebook, you're going to have this button that says Add Enrollment, and that's the button we need. If you click Course Enrollment, it'll take you to Parents. If you click Parents, it will take you to these parent profiles. So to get to that button, we're going to need to click Gradebook, no matter what it looks like we've actually clicked. And we're going to add an enrollment. Now I'm going to find the course that I created and want to add. Remember, the course, if you made it, needs to be published, and you need to click the button that says Enrollable. This is enrollable, and it has its settings already set. If I pick the wrong course, I can click the X to remove it, but that was the right course, so I'm going to add it again. Now, I've made a group, so instead of searching individual students in this box, I'm going to search that group. I need to remember the group name. I named it Science 8 Way RCO. It might be better to put your first name first, as these teachers have done, because they're going to have a little bit easier time searching this than me. and I'm going to select the group that I would like to enroll in that class. Double check and make sure you don't have any extra students and you haven't added any students you didn't need to, and make sure that you're the teacher. Now, if your course has a year's worth of content, you're going to want to pick full year. If it has a semester worth of content, you'll want to pick a semester. If it has just a quarter of content, like my course that I built does, pick quarter one. However, if you were just choosing a course from the pre-made list, those are designed to have a certain length. Look at the content in the course and see if it's a semester, a year, or a quarter's worth of content, and choose what seems appropriate to you. And hit Create Enrollment. It will take a minute or two for students to enroll, but if you'll go to your home page, you'll see under New Messages, Batch Enrollment Results. And if you click that, it will tell you the following enrollments succeeded. You can then close this message. But this is another opportunity to double check that your enrollment worked. Now, nothing is going to show up on this page, but if we want to check student progress, we have a few steps. We're going to click Reports. And in true Odyssyware fashion, it's going to look like it opened courses, but we are actually in Reports. And you are initially going to see all the reports, the entire district. So you need to first find your campus, and then select yourself from the list, and realize there's not supposed to be anything there yet because you just enrolled the course, so none of that student work is late. This is going to show you what student work is late, what student work is submitted, and below it's going to give you a breakdown student by student of their progress. This is going to be your main place to look at student progress. If you want to save yourself a little time at the beginning, you can also click Show Only My Students, and you'll be taken to just your student results. You can see an activity report, and a curriculum report, but I'm not sure what those documents are yet. That should get you started in Odyssyware. More videos to come.